Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on our Kilt calculator, and what we've been looking at lately is. Hello and welcome. Whoops, hang on. Wake. We're here working on our Kilt calculator, and what we've been looking at lately is. Hello and welcome. Whoops. Sorry there. All right. We've been looking at lately is we have a value type, and it has numbers and inches, and it also has errors. And I think we've used the errors too much. So there are places where we probably should have thrown and caught, and we used value.error instead. And so I'm trying to work away from some of that and just see how that plays together. We just finished the bulk of what we want for this pleat designer part of things. I have a rework in mind, but that's a future set of stories. So we're just doing some refactoring, maybe not just, but we're doing refactoring. Also, I'm on a different computer today. Some workmen in my office, so screen size is probably a little messed up, and I don't have things in the usual places. So a little patience, please. And I'm sorry, let me go shut a door because I think they're going to get loud again. All right, thanks. All right. So I pulled this thing over, I think, whoops. Sure. Not sure where to put it, but let me build and run tests. I did build it. I think I ran it. It seemed okay. A couple extra warnings we don't get on my big Mac. We'll ignore that for today. I don't think it's going to be an issue. All right, test completed. Good. Okay, so we are green. We should be green. Let's find that simulator. Okay. Let's put it down here where I can reach it. All right. Okay, so we were in Expression, and we were just in the process of converting. This was an error setup, and we converted it to a string with a throw. Now, they all get caught in the end. Where's the do? Well, maybe. Let's find the caller. Well, who calls evaluate? Since it throws, okay, history, yeah, history and equals. So you hit the equals key, you get an evaluate on your expression. Same thing for history. And notice we've added this. I think I can say where. I don't know who wants that, but I think I can say letter error as string. Okay. Do that again. And let's go down to the other one too. And these are very similar, if not identical. So I may have a little refactoring to do there too at some point. Improved catch of expression evaluate. Okay, let's see, I should have kept expression up. So I want to catch these other ones that return string, or see, this is returning, this is value.error. So let's do throw. We're going to check our tests and make sure this gets caught, wrapped up, and the tests don't mind. Okay, and same for here. Okay, and we'll look for this string and make sure it is in our tests. Actually, we know that's in a couple places. Okay, so that one's there, and then this one, I think there's a case for it. I think we were fairly diligent in our TDD on this. I think that we have all those. All right, so make expression throw never return dot error value dot error. Okay, now, do I want to deal with this right now? I don't really. These the errorly returns make it tricky. Well, okay, now I may want to see this result. I wonder if we need result to be anything in particular. Let's see, result. I feel like he might be nullable even. No. Okay, so I think what we have, I don't know if we need this anymore. I feel like we could maybe just set it even to 0, but if we leave it, let's see what tests break under both these cases. Okay, this is the equals one. Nobody minds. Okay, and let's just run it. I just want to be a little careful. All right, so 25 minus. Oh, he does that thing. Left parenthesis, right parenthesis. Okay, that should be an error. I hit equals, it should change the error message. Oh, he's always assuming there is one. Who is this? Expression.evaluate, at least. Okay, I think we may have found a leak. I did 25 minus open close. I wonder if we don't handle that correctly already. Because that it was a raw pop without a check that it was safe. Yep, that's an error. Okay. All right, so that's on expression, evaluate at least. All right. So operators is empty. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Actually, let's run it again. Let's just start with empty parentheses. Get a simpler case. Equals. No, that one gets caught. Okay. 1 minus. Okay, that one does not. Right. Let's see, what else can we do for a minimal case? What if I just do this? I think, yeah, that gets caught. Okay, so I guess it's at least a little subtle, but well, sorry. In here we can see. Yeah, I mean, I think we're getting to the bottom here. So okay, let's see what happens with parens. Left parens we push parenthesis, right parenthesis. If operators is empty, well, it's not. So if you have a right parenthesis and no operators, then yeah, you never saw the left parenthesis. So that's the case we saw. Otherwise, we pop the operator that we know exists. Okay. So we just popped the minus there. And then we come back around and it's the end. So we break out of our loop, which is a little ugly. And then we evaluate at least one, and that's where it's dying. Okay, so we think we've gotten through all the input. There may be a little stuff left. Operators top precedence. Let's break here. I guess I want to break here and step in. Okay. One minus left, right. Okay, let's step in. Okay, and let's look at our stacks. I don't know what these print like. Okay, value 1. All right, that's the one we typed in. Operators, I assume, is empty. Oh. It still has the minus. Interesting. I would have thought, oh, he took care of that one. Okay. If operators is empty. So we didn't have any. Okay, so operators is still got the minus. All right, so then our actions, yeah, we only have one operand. We got one minus. And so popping two operands is just not going to work. So, all right, I think we can set up a test case that demonstrates the failure. Calculator. Okay. Here's some parenthesis errors. So let's borrow one of those. So we did 1 minus left parent, right parent equals, and we expect some sort of unbalanced message. But for pretty sure we're not going to see that. Oh, I still got some breakpoints kicking around. Okay, yeah. All right. Now, we're kind of back to this topic that we let you create bad expressions, and then now we're in there trying to evaluate and figure out what's going wrong. But I think what we're saying in this is we're trying to get everybody. So this is kind of like 1 minus 3 times 4. So you see the times, you're going to say, let's evaluate everybody who's at least as high as times. You know, so if it was 1 times 3 times 4 times 5 or something like that, it could be 2 times 3 times 4. Okay, so that example, we would say, well, the top precedence is star, which is equal to the current precedence star. We don't worry about left and right associative, so we'll take care of that first star, and there should be an operator and 2 operands. And if there's not, then we've done something wrong to get this far. All right, if it was 1 plus 2 times 3, the plus has lower precedence than the star, so we wouldn't do anything to the stack. Okay, the while loop wouldn't trigger. Okay, so I guess the thing is, at this point, I don't know if our stack maybe should be a throws. I mean, should it check? I mean, the real thing is don't do that, you know. So in principle, at some level, it's the responsibility of the caller to not call this on an empty stack. And if they do, well, okay, maybe we know operators is not empty. Maybe there's a count. All right, let's make operands count. Make sure the count is greater or equal to 2. So there's got to be at least 2 things to pop if we're going to do this thing. Okay. If not, if it's only 1, there really shouldn't be a binary operator there to start with. All right, so we're guarding against this, and evaluate at least 1 will run, and then we're checking the stack. It should be there like that. Now I don't know if this is gonna, if they make it too weird. I think we can't do that. Yeah, okay, let's try it. Okay, good. Yeah, so again, I think we'll leave stack assuming that you do what you should do, because you can check as empty or count, so it's a reasonable interface. And expression, evaluate at least, if there's not 1 operator and 2 operands, it doesn't apply. So if there's only 1 operand on the stack, like our 1 minus, we got 1 operator but only 1 operand, and we'll just skip over this part, and when we get down to the bottom, we'll find out that we don't have the right stuff. we didn't evaluate that operator because there weren't 2 operands, and so we get the unbalanced parenthesis. Sorry, that's down here. Okay. So, well, I'm glad we caught that. I'm sorry it had to be there to be caught. Let's see. So we fix defect where crashed. Right, fixed defect where 1 minus parens crashed by making evaluate at least check for enough operators and operands before popping. All right, I think that's accurate enough. Okay, now where were we? I was trying to prove a point about calculator. Okay, so this, I don't think this counts. I don't think we need it. Now I don't know if, yeah, so we won't clear the input. So we'll leave the input still there so that no error will be displayed. And actually, I don't think it would. Okay, so I'm hoping this passes tests. Okay, because I think what happened is originally we used result with error and we didn't have error message, but now we've got this concept that the evaluation of the calculator, you know, the work it does may result in an error, and that produces an error message, or if it doesn't have a message, the results are there and they're good, and the input is cleared, so you know whether to look at the input, displaying the input or the result. Okay, so this is good. This same reasoning, this is more of a can't happen. You have to have a generic catch clause, but I don't believe we have any way to trigger it. Okay, and then the history one. That's equals. Well, where was that? I guess we can go backwards. Evaluate. Memory combine. Okay. So here, this I believe we can delete, and this test should all pass. Okay. So remove extra use of Value.error from equals and history operations. Okay, so I'm actually happy with this throw thing. I think the error value was a mistake here. It may be useful other places. The other places I'm thinking of, let's see, we still have this value.parse. Okay. The other place is more in the values themselves. So let me pull that up. And every operator has a bunch of possible errors. So addition, we don't let you mix inches and numbers. Now, should every addition value throw? I don't know. It doesn't sound, well, I don't know. I guess that's the design question we're going to have to come to, right? Should every one of these allow throws, and we have to have a try around every possible statement? I don't know. That's what it would take to get rid of this stuff, though. The error cases. Okay, but now the way it is, any error, and we've specifically written it this way to make it happen, that any error gets propagated. So if either argument is an error, it gets propagated as an error. Now, I'll show you why I think things are still weird. It's on our Pleat Designer. Okay, so if I set this to 20, oh, and here you can see the keyboard. Oh, this is interesting. On my Mac, the simulator doesn't show it. But the one I had to do a little quick repair last night because the decimal point key we used, there's a number keypad and a decimal keypad, and I'd used the number keypad on the fields that counted. So I straightened that out, deleted the redundant fields, field methods, and that's fine. But here's what I'm worried about. 20, I could do this, right? Like, how is that? So nobody's complaining, all right? Until if I hit tab, I don't know. I think we get an error message in the field. No, where is this going? I'm getting the inches out, which I don't really want, but we haven't fixed that. 2x3 must be positive. Missing denominator. Yeah, so we're getting the text of the error in here. I would really like to see that message come up on the text field in that red zone. Okay, so it's complaining hit measure must be positive because it looks at it and it says, "Are you a positive number?" And I'm like, "No, I'm an error string." And then the user has to type this stuff or has to delete this stuff before they can enter their number again. So that's really annoying. Now we may not have any control on this. I don't know. Because the evaluation process that as far as we can determine, is it takes your input and let's say 99. Oh, interesting. What's the error there? 8s. Huh. It knows something's going wrong. Okay, so it becomes error. Yeah, maybe that's the deal. 10.2.3, hit tab, it becomes the error message. Yeah. Not intuitive. Okay, but I think the original setup we had, it would enter numbers and adjust things as we typed. When we switched to the custom formatter that we're using, the one we wrote, or at least exposed in value parser and all that stuff, it puts the error in. It doesn't operate until the either the tab key. Let's see, 1.2.3. No message yet, but when I switch, it confirms it. So again, we had this kind of cycle. You put the thing in, it produces the value for it, which in our case is error missing denominator, but it doesn't change it until you actually switch fields. Then it puts the message in and reevaluates the text field, apparently. I don't know if it'll keep that, if my value turned into one more missing value every time or something, like, I don't know, would it keep going? Or does it just do a one time for the formatted output? We don't know. But maybe this is okay. Let me let's open our to-do. I'm terrible about doing that at the best of times, and when I'm on a small screen like today, it's even worse. Okay, make expression evaluate just throw rather than push errors. Yes, we've done that. Okay, and this is. And I've forgotten the name of this session. Throw or value.error? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay. I think I think this is a new topic, but I think it's a good one because that's awkward, having to delete that text. Okay, so handle parser errors in Fleet Designer text fields. I think that's what we're doing now. I don't even know. Okay, so let's see. My belief is if we got an error back, it's not shown, but it's like the process of this 1.2. Now, why is 1 point okay? I don't know. Maybe that's legal in our syntax. 1.2. Okay. Now, when I type the point, which is illegal in our current setup, it's going to parse it and say this is an error, and it's going to evaluate the error against our rules, and our rules say, the validator says, hey, a HIP has to be positive number. Okay, but notice we have an illegal character there, and I think if I hit tab, it's going to evaluate, it's going to force an evaluation. Now, I don't know, I'm going to hit dot. Okay, still bad. I think if I hit tab, then I'm accepting the value in effect. It's going to evaluate it to missing denominator, which is still illegal. It's still an error. You know, I think right now this value is an error, but it hasn't confirmed it, as it were. When I do this, it confirms it and prints it, formats it in its resulting format, and now we see what the error is. This is weird. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how to best do this, but I think let's close these others. And let's open Fleet Designer and Fleet Validator. Okay, so I think it's kind of this stuff. Okay, so let's look at hip to hip. All he does is establish non-required variables. I don't know if that's running. When that runs, I should say. Let's do this again. Whoops. I don't know if I'm gonna get in a loop here. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so I think that twice was as it prints and reevaluates. Okay, so if I do 1.2, oh golly. That's a lot. Oh, it went through the whole thing. Okay, now when I do dot, is it gonna evaluate that? It is. Okay, let's step in. Establish non-required variables. I don't know what that means even as a text. I guess if we have an error, okay. All right, so we won't the first time through, if all the required values are there, then we'll do an update and reestablish them. But here this is not. Now I think maybe hip to hip should be looking at this case. Where's the validator come in? says complete error. And this is saying if you get an error, then, okay. Well, I think the error I want to say, and maybe this, again, I kind of bounced around between spiking and not spiking, but I think what we're trying to say is if the hip is not positive, there's an error, but I think required and positive, I think required should be complaining differently. If the value is nil, we put name as required. Okay. Let's play with this one a little. Okay, certainly if value is nil, return this. And then if value bang dot is error, oh, he's generic. I don't think he has to be anymore. Everything is values here now. Okay, let's take the generic out. Okay, if the value is error, yeah, there we go, then return something, and we'll get to that, and otherwise return this. Okay, and let's just throw something in there for our little evaluation here. So required value that's an error, we're gonna change its error message to error. All right, let's try that. And I'm expecting to see error in the red. Okay. 1.2 dot error. Okay. Whew. And tab away, missing denominator. Okay, I think we can. All right, I think this is okay. So let's. I think some tests are going to be complaining. Maybe not, but I think there's a good chance some test will have passed an error back on the hip. No, none do. Okay, so let's get to complete designer tests. Get complete fails when missing. Okay. Let's do one when, oh, these are values. This is really a text field issue. Well, no, we can put an error in there. All right. Yeah, text get please. How about? Pleat. How about pleat error? Okay, so I'm going to say there should be a pleat error when the when the hit measure is an error. Okay, so right now hit measure is null. Let's make it an error. Missing denominator. Okay, the set. And then, well, pleat count nil, yes, but I also want, I'm going to say hip to hip. And I don't know what I want to say here. But I do want to say that hip error should be missing denominator. Okay, and this test will fail. Really? Those look like they're empty to me. Okay. We just got error. All right, so let's change the required to take this. What is this? We're gonna look at value. I don't think I have a way to get the error message out. That's all our parse stuff. Right. Okay. We want to take this into an error message. If it's an error, then we want the message. Okay, we're going to return that message. And then if it's not if it's an error but it doesn't have a message, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. Let's make it. Okay, it's kind of a can't happen. Okay, now we have other fields that may get caught by this. Well, we got set and sets per pleat. Okay. I suspect if we didn't catch it, we didn't explicitly test it for those others. I don't think we're going to explicitly test it for this, but we'll see if some of them complain. But our test we wrote should pass. This one. Okay. So here's where I'm less sure what happens, but I'm hoping we get the error message missing denominator, or whatever it was complaining about. 1.2 point, too many dots. Okay, that's a good message. 3 slash. Now if I hit tab, I don't know what it'll do. I think it'll, yeah. Okay. Well, that's not on this thing. The message. Okay. Yeah, now that's the message you get when you have a nil value back. We really would like to make that nil. So let's see if we can do that. I think our message and our value, well, oh gosh, this is this text field thing, right? So I would really rather leave the text there and let it be an input string and somebody can edit it. But I don't think I'm having that option because when you hit tab, it's evaluating it and sending it around again. And unless we had I mean, if we had an entity that was like, I'm a partial input, you know, All right, let's go back to Pleat Designer. So Pleat, he establishes non-required values. I guess if I detected the error, and again, I'm kind of spiking around a little bit here. Optional bool type cannot be usable. Okay. So if it's an error, then I'm going to set it back to nil. I don't. Okay, I can take those parens out, but all right, so 1.2 dot hip measure is required. Oh, it's setting it to. No, I'm not legal. Oh, hip measure. Let's take this out. I don't think I can. Boy. This really sucks if I can't get that. Because if I type a number wrong, 1x, I don't know what the text field does normally. We'll have to see. Okay, 1.2 dot. No. Okay. Hip measure passes along value. Error message to red message on text field. All right, so 1.2 dot, too many dots. If I delete slash, oh, this may not be so bad. I've got the message there. If I hit tab, I get missing denominator. Oh, I get no value because I probably deleted it somewhere. Who's no value found? Where's that come from? I think that's our validator, right? It's expression. Oh, it's this. So our parser comes back and says no value found. He's got to return a value. I wonder if he should return a value question mark. Let's preview. I wonder if we can see, is that going to help us any? No, it's the formatter. I want to see the real one. Oh no. Okay, let's put it back a moment. Let's make a new one. All right, I need one that has a formatter. My number, okay. Formatter has no number. Let's try that again. Text field. Formatter. Type formatter. Is it format? No, I got format here. Oh, I see what you're saying. There's a format. Formatted, but okay, number of. Label. Okay. What's one? All this to get here. He still doesn't want to go there. No. Cannot convert value type label to type. Okay, maybe he builds, he'll do better. Yes. Okay. Integer format style. Okay, I don't know if I'm going down a big hole, rabbit hole with this. I want to get to the parser for all this. Parse throws. Okay, so maybe our parser should just throw. I don't know. All right, so if it throws, then well, oh, we got title. Okay, I think I just need to understand how text field works a little better. So let's do that. Well, let's get the one we just had. Where's that? Oh, where did I put it? Okay. Ew. Okay, let's move this one up. Take out that. Okay, let's get to Pleat Designer. Nope, Pleat View. Oh, I guess I just wasn't down far enough. Okay. Let's leave my number there. Let's put the view in here. Okay, run this. So I'm assuming if you typed letters, that it will throw an exception from that parser, and I just want to see what happens with that. Okay. Okay, so if I put tab in X, and I hit tab, okay, let's change this. 99 tab. Okay, and if I put an X, I hit tab. Okay, it's some sort of unconfirming thing. don't know. So clearly, well, I don't know clearly, but I'm pretty sure that the number parser sees that X, throws, and says, I don't like it. And then the text field says, well, if you don't like it, we'll throw it away. And that's what it has. Okay, now it's not doing anything until I tab, but if I delete and edit, but it's off the, I mean, if I did 12x, that was weird. So it takes the part that's good. I mean, maybe it's okay with it till then, and maybe this is this double cycle thing going on, but maybe it's not committed until you've actually gone somewhere. 13.75 FGS, whatever. Okay, I don't know, I think we're going to go back to 13. So, okay, so I think it's taking the partial input and it's not committed to it, but you keep typing, and eventually you throw, or when you throw, I think he's taking your input. I think it's accepted it now. Okay, let's delete everything. So if I type 55, I believe it tentatively got 55, but until I hit tab, I don't think it's committed. So if I have 55, 55, 56, it's valid, it cycles it through, reformats it, and it's still valid. But if something goes wrong, it's going to back up to the last valid result it had. Okay, but it doesn't commit to that until you tab out or click out or change focus. Well, there was a change. So they used to calculate on the fly. Well, maybe they didn't. I mean, maybe this is, well, I don't know. They did. I mean, they did. When you typed a 5, if you type 55 and then the second 5, it changed your hips from 5 to 55. So that definitely changed. I mean, that was as a result of the text field with the format, with our custom formatter or parsable format style or whatever that thing's called. But the custom one we put in, when it got that, it didn't work that way anymore. But still, there's something weird, right? Because if I say 22 and 5/8, right? It's kind of okay with it. But it definitely caught the error here, but it didn't delete everything. It only went back to the point. Yeah, boy, this is really weird. If I do this in tab, I'm going to get missing denominator. No value found. Okay, I think that's the same cause. But boy, I don't get this from the documentation of text field. I will say that. Let's see, Swift UI text field. I mean, they hardly say anything about the custom editor aspect, so it shadows the continuously updated value. Okay, the text is shadowing. Text changes color as the user begins and ends editing. Yeah, so they validate on submit. Which I think either tab or, changing focus will do. Email field is focused, red or blue. Yeah, there's something deeper going on. So I think this notion that something happens on submit is kind of critical to it. So while you're editing, you're just editing. It's monitoring it, and it's going to put the validation value out there because it's a function of whatever's in that field so far. But if something goes wrong and you shift fields, it says go back to whatever you had, I think. So again, this one, 999, well, 997. Okay. If I type the X, it's okay. And if I delete it, it's still okay. But if I leave it and I hit something outside, it takes it back. Okay, so I think this is telling us. Well, it's telling us without telling us, I guess. Okay. Using a format style, you can bind a text field to a non-string type using the format style to convert. Okay, that's what we did. This is an example. So the debug description. Okay, give a name. So the submit. Okay, text field, name components, format, name, style, medium. Okay. On submit, it validates them. Yeah, I mean, I think something's not being committed until it really. Now we had to do label component to get that look. I don't know what's up there. Oh, here's two versions. Oh, different systems. Okay, macOS places the label. iOS does not. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay. I think that's, I don't know. I'm constructing, but I'm trying to build a model in my head of what's going on, and that's not always the best place for me to work. Some way to see what caused the error when exiting the text field. Well, I think there is, but the problem I have is like what do you want showing at that point when it commits, right? It doesn't want to commit junk. All right, so okay, no value found is coming because it deleted everything because it was all junk as far as it was concerned. 77//8. All right, now if I go back and delete a slash, he's fine. Commit, and he does it. Okay, so my theory, I think it all comes back to the throws is what lets text field distinguish. I've got a good partial value and I have a junk partial value. Restore the bad value. Yeah, that's what I'd rather have, but I don't think I have a way to do that. See, I think until you hit submit, it's fine to kind of tentatively make this value and do this stuff for it, but it's not going to really fully commit to it until you hit the tab, and then it does what it wants. I think it's taking the last constructed value that was okay. Now maybe not. Okay, let's see if we can figure it out again. Okay, so set, if I do 9//. Okay. Now, see, I don't think any other fields get updated at this point. That's the weird part. Right? Even here. Oh no, they do. So 9/. Now they're nil again. Because this is a bad value. It's an error value that says missing denominator. And then that's even worse. But this is okay. Yeah, I think if you fix it before you leave the field, but if you don't, because we replace it with the error value missing denominator, I mean, it's instead of throwing, I think that's what's going on. All right. I think we'll do for a break. Okay, let's see. It might contain the error and tries to parse the value, get no value found. Yeah, I mean, with the no value found, that's definitely what I think is happening. That, I don't know, 999 ///. We're getting no value missing denominator. Oh, that's, I'm not sure. Oh, wait, what just happened? 99 / semicolon /. Okay, garbage. All right. And it was good when it was 99. Let's put a set in so we can see things update. 99 / change the updating. Okay, //. All right, now if I tab, missing denominator. But if I select it, I get no value found. It's just weird. Missing denominator 2, which is also, Now our parser may not have dealt with those non-numerical letters or something, so I'm not 100% sure there. All right. Okay, so I think our strategy is going to be, let's make our parser throw errors in some cases. And I think those cases, I think if it does that, I think our behavior will be a little closer to what we want, a little closer to what it is up here. I'm not totally sure, and I'm not sure everything is consistent with this model I'm kind of trying to make, but the model I have is that it tentatively holds stuff while it's good, and then when it's bad, it goes back to that. And when we're hitting tab, it's committing to the value and selecting it or things like that. I think it's deleting the value that it doesn't know what to do with, because we don't know how to handle error, missing denominator as an input value. So I think it regards it as a bunch of junk sitting there while it's trying to type in a value, and it finds no digits, so it says missing value or no value found. Okay, 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll come back and try that theory. I hate to be poking around like this, but I just don't think the behavior we're seeing and sort of that two-step dance with the output getting reparsed is not described in that documentation, so it's hard to, we're reconstructing the behavior, a model of the behavior. Okay, I think it'll be a consistent model, but we'll get there. All right, so 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll come back to it. All right, welcome back. Okay, so let's go to value. I must have a setting wrong on this version of Xcode. Sorry, let me see if I can fix that. What is that going to be? Source editing. Well, I normally do 2 space indent. Trim. Okay, good. All right, so value, I don't know. Okay, value, no, it's the value parse strategy stuff, isn't it? Okay, oh, here's our parse. Oh, this does throw. But this does not. Oh, golly. Oh, but we catch it. Okay, okay. We catch no value found. We turn into an error. All right, let's... Let's try without this. Now, I don't know if that may break a few tests. It may not, but or some code that didn't expect to have to catch. No? Okay, here's a test that failed. Okay. Now this internal error, I think, is coming from value? No, where's parse? Is it in calculator? I think that's this. Because he doesn't want to, well, one of these. Yeah, there's equals internal error. He threw an exception now, and this doesn't want to. Okay. I think these examples, they're going to have that internal error, right? Yep. Yep. That it? Okay, so 6 failing tests. I see 1, 2, 3. Okay, where's the other? Can I filter? Parse strategy. Okay, that should definitely get some failures. Through error. Right. We don't want those to throw an error value. Yeah, so I think if I took this off, I don't think it would compile. Oh no, it would compile, but it's not going to work. Let's run this test. Actually, I'm surprised it compiles through an error. Okay. Well, I don't mind if these started checking for errors. All right, so what we've got is ValueParseStrategy no longer catches errors, and people are throwing these as error values, which is probably not good either. Although it was handy for throwing it back in at them. What is the right way to go here? Gosh. All right, so at any rate, I'm going to get errors now And here's no value found. It's going to be error, no value found. This is different. Okay, wait a minute. We'll put it back for a moment, but let me, rather than make you stare at my head. Okay. I'm doing a stand sit deal today, so when I sit, it looks a little weird. All right, so I would like to say that if somebody throws an error string, which we already rewrote above or elsewhere, we return that error string as the error. Okay, so I would like, I'm going to put this all back and make it pass. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to comment out these two. Okay, so I'm saying anywhere in my parser that throws an error, it should not throw a parser error. It should throw just the string. Okay, and somewhere we've extension string of error. Okay. This will definitely, well, okay, sorry. Let's get back to totally green before I go too crazy here. Well, mostly green. I don't know what's up with the editor thing. All right. If I comment out this, I expect some failures. Okay, 5 failing tests. All right, now if I take these and I take off the throw error, no value found, and can't start with that. Okay, that should be enough to see something. I should get fewer tests failing. Okay, 5 tests, but some of them are failing a bunch. 9, I can't tell how many. Okay. There's 1, gazillion, gazillion, gazillion. Okay, I'm hoping some of these no value found can't start with this simple fractions. All right, let's see how many are still failing. Okay, 4 failing. All right, and I think, you know, some of the explicit fraction, whatever, we got something. So I think the path is a good one. Just throw the string for now. Whoa. Okay, I think I caught them all. Good. Okay, so make value parse strategy not throw value.error, but rather string. Okay, and I think that is progress. No idea store isn't in my get ignore, but all right. And so that we should be able to take out this. Okay. Now, and that should still be green. It's just a dead code thing. All right. So now we throw string around internally, and if an exception gets thrown, today we're catching it with error. And what I'm proposing is we should not. Okay, so I'm going to go back to commenting on this. Now we had a few failing tests before when we did that. They weren't the ones we just looked at. They were others more on the calculator side, I think, or expression side. Okay, this looks like the set we had before. Numbers and units don't match. Okay, now we're probably throwing, I don't know, internal error. These all came out internal errors. Okay, now you might think I'm being kicked around by internal error as a description of what I'm doing, and you'd be right. Okay. If I have just one, I think I can safely safely use that name. I have to watch this one. Oh, this is equals. This is going to be a history message. Memory combined. Now I could put line in here too and all that, but I'm going to be slightly lazy. These messages theoretically can't happen, and we know that's not really true. Okay, I guess I can live without that. They can't happen, or they normally should not be able to happen. If they do, it's an internal, it's an error on our part. So I'm okay just with that stuff. I think they're improving the macros and stuff for this, so it'll probably be easier to do it right later, but let's just see where we are. Let's find out where these errors are coming from now. They may not all be from the same place. Okay. Internal error value.parse. Parse. Well, this is definitely better. Through error, no value found. Okay, that's a execute. Caught error can't start with that. Okay, I guess that's this. So the error is leaking out here. Okay, and this is ParseStrategy, which is testing this thing that should be able to throw. Okay. And are we the same? Yeah. Missing denominator. Okay, so I think it's just that first one that's failing like this. All right. Actually, I think the others will fail too if we take this out. Right. This is kind of a limitation of our framework. It's going to be the dot now. At most one. Yeah. Okay. So it is failing on the first one. Yeah, that's good and bad. Well, let's take a note. Okay. All right, so I'm going to tackle the ValueParseStrategy ones. They should be prepared to deal with throws. And you would think I would remember how to do XCT. Check for throws. I think there's an assert throws that takes a expression or a closure. Okay. XZT assert throws specific. I don't know. Specific named? Exception name. I don't know how it's named. But let's try this one. XAT assert throw specific named. All right. I'm going to take the passing ones and pull them out. An error. Okay, so you're not inches. And you 3 are. Okay. And you. Okay. So P assert equals. Well, maybe I need to assert throws too, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. Bad thing to say, maybe. Okay. So this one, my assert is I'm going to do assert throws. Oh, where's throws specific? Throws error. Maybe I'll do it manually. I don't know. Maybe that worked better. Assert throws error. Expression. Auto closure. Message. Error handler. Okay, so I think we can do error handler. All right, let me just copy this. Okay, so I'm going to assert throws error. Well, expression is this. Okay, the message. I'm going to say it's the expected value. I'm going to take these off. And then I'm given the error. Okay. I don't quite know if you can assert in that inner block there, but it's a void, so I'm guessing that must be what you're supposed to do. Okay, let's see. So we'll try our parse. We're going to expect the message. We got the file on the line, so the error message will come up on line 79 or 81 or whatever. And then we're making an assert that the error, which is the value they pass in. Oh, let's see. I gotta do this better. I'm surprised that builds. Does it? No. Okay. I guess I'm gonna have to make the message be local. Okay. Any error not convertible to string. Okay. What's wrong? Oh, long line. Okay. What else I got? Yeah. Okay. All right, so we're gonna take the expected value, the string, which is the error message we expect to be thrown, and the error we expect. We'll parse, we expect it to throw an error, and then we check that the error is actually what we expect. Wait, how's that a red mark? Really? Okay. So there's kind of a hard limit on line length. Oh, that's still coming from Swift length, I'm sure. Missing denominator is not equal to 3 4/4. Let's read that XC testing again. That's the error. Error handler takes an error and returns void. How is that coming in as the error? XCT assert equal failed. Missing denominator. Oh. Let me try that again. Okay, well, we're testing our test. Oh, good. Okay, and let's leave this as dot error. Too many things. And now it should fail. Good. Okay, string has no member error. Good, good, good. Undo, undo. All right, that test passes. The other three should still fail. Oh, those pass, these do not. I'm only worrying about value parse strategy. Okay, let me make this happier. Okay. I'm going to do the same, duplicate and steal that stuff from down there. Okay, this will be legal. Error. Okay, these are errors. These are legal. Keep the errors, drop the inches. All right, and now I'm going to do the same. Well, we'll see these fail. And presumably the first one failed. Can't start with slash. Yeah. All right, let's take the insides down here. Instead of e.g. assert equals, we're doing this on the error one. And we're taking the errors off. Whoops. These should pass now. Okay. Well, let's take this. Expected is no value found. Parse strategy to parse of empty input. You know what? I'm going to make that be input. expected. Since I'm doing this directly, I don't need these. Through error, no value found. Parse of input. Oh. Okay. Good. All right, let's get this last one. This can be legal. This is error. I feel like this is a good split regardless. Wrong one. Error inches with or without decimal point. I don't know which way is faster. I guess I'll just mix it up. Okay, I think this file is legal or correct. Oh, all right. Now, we still have other errors. I'm still bugged by this. Why this thing puts blank spaces in is beyond me. I don't know. Okay. Another day's problem. All right, now this is more the calculator. Why would the error message? Okay, display 0 input. Oh, these are all errors? No. Oh, okay. If it starts with 0 through 9 dash, well, this test is crying to be split up. Okay. So if they start with a minus or 0 through 9, I don't think minus has anything to do with it. Yeah, we don't have any that start with minus. Okay. The legal ones. Now, why is this one? Well, okay, legal. We don't expect this. 5 foot. This is. Oh, okay. So that's a backspace. Legal, 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 legal. Okay. The legal ones should just do EGScert equals display. Okay. And those should be passing. Good. I don't know why I didn't update the green button. No time I did. Okay, now those are all legal. There's an error. Errors, legals. Okay, and these should be the ones that are failing, and then we don't need to do this stuff. I don't know where that's coming from. Let me try this again. Okay, first error test fails, internal error parse. And that's on calculator tests. Okay, let's go find, let's find this thing. Display, that's a little helper method. It eventually calls down here to do all the work. All right, calc.enter, here's equals. Equals calc.enter equals. Okay. So this is just entering them as we said. 5 foot 2 equals. Okay, so the message is apparently coming from calculator. Which it's got to be that value.parse, right? I think that's a dead comment. I'll take that out. Value.parse was in the stack, this handler. Let's just look for parse. What? Oh, it's an expression. Parse pending. Okay, so let's go look at value.parse. And He only expects strings. Okay, yeah. So we changed parse to throw an exception, and the exception would always be a string. So this should be let error string as string. Error string. Whoops. Why is that? That seems invalid redeclaration. Catch let error as string. Oh, could that be it? Yep. Oh, I hit run instead of rename. Maybe I don't have those keys set up here. Okay, so now we're taking those. So now we got Value.parse is going to deal with errors and wrap them back up. I think that'll pass our tests. Well, I don't know if I made the test quite right yet. Test completed. Okay. Oh, no filtered results. Turn that off. All right. So that was calculator tests. So they are expecting that error as a value on this in the display. All right, I'm not sure that's what we really want, but we are passing everything at this point. Barring that. Test completed. So fast. Okay. It's committed. So what we've done is we made ValueParseStrategy throw exceptions rather than return Value.error. Okay. And that, let's run it. I don't know if that's everything we need to do. And to some extent, that was just a theory that the exception throwing was what was triggering the behavior in this. All right, so 29x. 29.3.2. Okay, I think this is progress. It's not quite what I want. So 29.2 by itself is fine. Okay. 29.2 point, I think it's getting the nil and not the message required thing. See, we were briefly getting the message like too many decimal points, which is what I want. But I think what we're getting is this thing doesn't make sense as a value, so we throw and return nil. And if I tab out, it just clears it. Okay. I don't know. That didn't seem to be what we had up here. 0x, tab out, just restores the old. 29x, tab out. It keeps the part that it liked. Now I don't want inches in there, but that's another problem. 23 slash 8. So it's not blocking me from doing it, but it's not helping me either. How can I get the error that the text field is catching? I don't think we saw anything that would do that. All right, so we got the person style example with components, name components. Text will have just a debug description. Right, that's fine. I wonder if there's like an on editing or something like that. Optional. Finds an optional value. Well, that's what we did. Okay, finding optional. No, there's more fields we can get. Oh, on editing changed. Yeah, how do you do that now? Deprecated. Oh, on change of focus, old focus equals focus, new focus, and guard old focus equals name. Well, so we have the focus stuff already. On change of focus, okay, so that detects the focus changing. Yeah, that's unchanged. All right, let's go see. Boy, I think they had more documentation back in the day. Unsubmitted, unediting changed. Performed when the user begins editing text and after they finish editing text. I don't know if that helps us any. So it gives us a chance. I mean, I guess if they've changed focus, it's sort of like the same thing on commit or on editing changed as far as we're concerned. If they've hit return or if they've switched editing fields, then we want to do something. Now, did that example, I think they just, okay, whatever to do when the user has finished editing this field. If the old focus is name and the new focus is not name, oh, we want to make sure the old focus is name, the new focus is not name. So as we're changing focus, if they're the same, then we're not going to do anything. I don't know if they would be the same. Okay, I don't know. Let's text field. Validate while typing. Well, we saw that. Properties reassigned with its own did set method. Text field on receive. On receive text validator.text. New value is what it's going to be. Take the value, replace W. If it's different, update it. Okay. Wow. Yeah, on receive is part of combine, which isn't deprecated, but boy, all the new stuff sure seems to make it mostly so. Boy, well, okay, so if I receive a field, what can we do? I mean, maybe we just have to, maybe we regard the field and its error message as the two parts that are coming into this kind of component. And if the validation doesn't pass, okay, if the validation doesn't come pass, well, sorry, when text comes in, we're going to call the validator on it. And if the validator doesn't pass, we're going to update that other field. The other value should be a binding of some sort. And if it does, then we just let it be. Now, I don't know how that ties in with the format stuff. All right, well, let me save this. All right, let's see, what do we do? Handle parser errors and complete designer text fields. We don't really quite do that. What we have done is we've made value parse strategy throw exception string when it finds an error, which is not bad. Now the other one on the calculator, I don't know, I'm bouncing around, I know. I wonder if this parse, wherever it got to, oh, it's an expression. This parse, should this be throwing an exception? He does already. Okay, we made this throw. Who calls value.parse? I don't think it was a lot of places. I'm kind of deferring the problem. Nobody. But here. Okay, so if we made this throws, does anybody break? Build-wise. Call can throw, but it's not marked. Yes. I did. Okay, so now anybody who failed the operations here is going to be returning directly instead of returning a value. Okay, so that where's value? Okay, today we catch. But if we did not catch, okay, well, this should work. I think this should work as is. Okay. Now if I do this, there may be some places that don't like it because somebody was probably assuming it would have an error value there. And now it's going to be a thrown error. Let's try that again. Okay, so nobody minded. Which I guess makes sense in a way because yeah, everybody who tried to get an error caught it. and checked it already. Okay. Is that true? I don't know. When I argue myself into these, I'm always a little more worried. Okay, so I think I want to make expression. Yeah. Okay. You're fine. Right, where's expression? Let's see some calculator. If this failed, okay, the way it is now, we say it could throw, but it doesn't ever throw. It always just returns an error value. And that gets on the stack. And then the operand, does push care if it's an error? I don't think it does. It shouldn't, yeah. Okay. But eventually something happens. It's either used in an expression or we get to the bottom and there's a problem. I'm trying to think of what's a case. Oh, I think we have a case for this. All right, let's find calculator test. This, right? That problem, numbers and units don't match. Should be a parsing error. Okay, yeah, so that comes from ValueParseStrategy. We'll throw the error. Oh, but this isn't, these are errors. Oh, we check the error message. Okay. I think they end up with the value. It doesn't matter, I guess. Either way, they end up with the error message. All right, I'm more confident then. So value, we'll take out this, take out that, and these three. Okay, and so everybody who calls value.parse I don't know why it keeps trying to fail that. It goes away as soon as you do, because it does do it. All right, but everybody's okay. All right, so make value.parse just throw rather than wrapping things in exception in value.error. Okay, that's good. All right, so now all that's left, and maybe these aren't relevant. I'll probably have to change a bunch of tests, but where do errors come from? Let's look at that. Okay, if something's already an error, it's an error. We got that sort of case in both those, but if you do numbers plus inches, you get an error. Now, what would happen if you threw here? I don't know what happens with these operators. If they, can you say throws on this? Let's build. Somebody should be complaining, right? Somebody in calculator. Yikes. Memory combine plus invalid conversion from a throwing function to a non-throwing function. Okay, I gotta do them all consistently. Ugh. We got memory combined here somewhere. Okay. Can I do it this way? Call can throw. Okay. Good. Invalid conversion from a. Okay, that's operator. Errors thrown from here are not handled. Well, why do they have to be? The method says it throws. That seems spurious. This one, however, operator evaluate, let's say it can throw. Try from scratch. Invalid conversion. Function of type value throws goes to value to non-value. Yeah, okay. Why not? This says throws. Let me see if I can confuse it and then get it the right thing. Invalid conversion function. Value throws goes to, wait. Oh, this method does not throw. All right, we'll deal with the propagation of this. It's all in calculator, and calculator has eventually got to throw. I would expect equals to throw too. Oh, he's got the do catch. Okay. Let's see what testing. Okay, I'm still missing some. Error is not handled. Stop to evaluate. Let's say throws. This already throws. Okay, yeah, we expected that. I don't know what this is supposed to do if it throws. Description. Let's try that. All right. Should be building? Oh no. All right, let's just, I think we'll have the error. Okay. Is that everybody on the build? All right, no failures. Okay, so let's check this in. Make calculator able to throw errors. Catch them in the view. And is that, make sure there's nothing different about this. Okay, which throws. Okay. Oh, I need all those to do it too. We know where it was. It's on value. Okay, so we're not done getting rid of these, but we're kind of positioned to get rid of them. Okay, so calculator is able to throw. I didn't run tests. Let me do that. All right, but we're wrapping up today. Okay, got a few, a few others. Yeah, it's unfortunately a bit painful, but we're gonna have to deal with these. Okay, we'll know where to start tomorrow. We're doing math in our value types. We'll have to see what to do about that. All right, yeah. So thanks for staying through the heavy refactoring, and 2 to 4:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, or 6 to 8:30 p.m. UTC. And I believe we're kind of on the edge of finishing up this challenge of converting error returns into throws. There's clearly a ways to go, but I think it's mostly Pleat Designer. It looks like everything's in Pleat Designer, where we used value types ability to do that, and we'll have to deal with catching any mistakes with that. Not quite sure the right way, but we'll figure something out. All right, thanks again, and I will catch you again some other time, I hope. Take care. Good night.